What's up, guys? Subzeric here, back for another VOD review. Today, we are going to be VOD reviewing Dishsoap, mostly because he played a comp that I must talk about. This is another one of these reroll comps that is cropping up recently that I think really flew under the radar for a lot of people. And I've been playing it a lot in my games. Also, apologies for the later upload today. I was grinding all night yesterday to try to survive in Box Boot Camp, and sadly I did still lose a life, but I got so close, and we will grind again today. Dishsoap rips Apotheotic Forge from the start, and we see a lot of tempting options. Straka's Miracle is a great tank option versus Obsession is a decent carry option. Thresh's Lantern is like kind of good early and then falls off really hard late game, but he sees this Evelyn's Instinct plus the Belveth that he had in shop here, and so I think this is an easy take for Dishsoap here. He knows that he's gonna have 3 Primordian opener with the Belveth here, and he's gonna slam this immediately onto the Belveth, and this is his game plan here. If you guys, have not played this reroll line, it's really nice. You get to basically get the Primordian units for free, and then very quickly we can transition usually into like a Nova style board, because Nova has a lot of inbuilt synergy with Belveth, and just Primordian in general. You have 2 Bruisers in Primordian and Nova. You have 2 Marauders in Primordian and Nova, and you have 2 challengers in Primordian Nova. So it's very easy to get a very nice trait web, get to 5 Nova. If you play 5 Nova, you can play for Akali 3 and use her as a secondary carry, or sometimes even really like primary carry, and Akali 3's Nova bonus is fantastic, as we will talk about later in this game. But yeah, it's just a very consistent, very good comp, and I've seen it decently high rated on some tier lists, but I feel like yesterday, I was just playing this comp any chance I got to play it. And there are specific spots that you must play this comp, and I think Dishsoap has already identified one of them with it, which is Apotheotic Forge, and any kind of artifact start in general. I think Apotheotic Forge is great, but if you take like Latent Forge, you can feel very good about it. You can see, yeah, he's filtering down and showing that Evelyn's Insight Belveth is really good. Looking at some of the items here, just to kind of, do my work for me. Kraken's is usually BIS on this unit, but it does seem that with Evelyn's Insight, you really just want straight up damage, right? You just really want her Deathblade GS. Kraken's is fine if you must. You want her to be getting those takedowns as quickly as possible so that she can start getting those resets with Evelyn's Insight. So it makes a lot of sense. The normal kind of like Kraken scaling build is actually probably a little bit worse here, and stuff like QSS definitely seems a little bit unnecessary, actually. We are in Ahri Varus portal. Sadly, Varus is pretty bad for us. Ahri is also not great for us. Gwynsu's, as you can see in the stats, is quite horrible. I would just take the... Actually, I might take the 3-cost shop, because Glove is much better. What did he end up taking there? It looked like he almost like timed out. Okay, he did just get the free rerolls off Ahri. Okay, these are always going to be useful for us here. And the rod, once again, not amazing, but definitely, useful enough. And yes, he will show the comp, the full comp there if you guys want to go back and look at it. But it's this, and you add 5 Nova to it. It's as simple as that. But yeah, let's talk conditions for this comp, because we are on stage 2. So we got Apotheotic Forge. I think that's a very good condition. You can also, take just regular Forge. I took the Prismatic Forge Augment, got a Infinity Force to start my game, which is really nice. And then there's so many actual artifacts that are good on both this unit and Akali, because if you think about this line, you have Belveth to itemize, you have Akali to itemize. Sometimes you hit a Briar 3 that you can throw random items onto. She's usually not a primary carry, but she is a unit that you can play for. So you can put items on Briar. You can, make tank items onto Rek'Sai, who eventually those end up going onto Maokai later. You can itemize Kindred, honestly. Like, there's really like 5 or 6 units that you can itemize in this line if you really want to. And so item augments of any form are also really nice here. Aside from that, you do really like combat style augments. You don't want to get stuck taking econ. The one game I bought forward on this line yesterday was the game where I started with the econ first, and I was like, maybe I'll play this. It was my last game of the night, and I was like, I'm tired. I want to play an easy line. And probably I should not have done that, because it put me down a very awkward path. You need the combat augment so that once you hit your 3 stars, you spike hard enough to end up winning fights. If you aren't winning fights once you've hit stuff like your Belveth 3, or not really destroying people, then you're not going to be able to coast to long enough to be able to push levels and then get your 5 Nova in. I will say our items are quite awkward here. You might be forced, to build a Gwynsu's Rageblade. I think you might have to here, even though we just talked about it. It's quite bad in the stats, but An interesting thing about this line is you don't need to build Shred, Sunder, because you're playing, obviously, Nova, and you don't need to build Heal Cut, because Akali's Nova Selector bonus provides Heal Cut to the entire board. It wounds the entire board. So you don't actually need to build any of that stuff, which is in some ways kind of nice. Can't be Glass Cannon. I doubt that it's Kahuna Huna. I mean, maybe it's okay, just because I think Belveth technically autos 3 times. Best Friend seems like the best one, but it's really awkward to position. Oh, I would just yoink another Portable Forge, honestly, here. But we'll see. He's thinking about Kahuna Huna, and then, yeah, does grab this here. Ooh, these are pretty bad. I guess you could take Varus's Obsession. Yeah, he's gonna look at the stats and sees Varus's Obsession is not amazing here. He's thinking about maybe Dawncore Akali. Whoa, okay. I mean, yeah, Varus's Obsession is not good. Just get the Akali casting. I mean, she is like kind of an AD. He's gonna throw it into the stats. I mean, thank you, Dishsoap, for just doing this on your main monitor, by the way. Can you look at Dawncore? Looked like it was slightly positive delta. I think both of them are slightly positive delta, right? 0.009, and then Varus's Obsession was a 0.017. So I guess, I mean, the stats say Dawncore is the best one we could have taken there. I mean, if we can make a kind of tanky Akali, we can, you know, perhaps... yeah, Mogul's Mail. I mean, Dawncore, yeah, I mean, he's looking there. All of his options were positive delta, which is kind of rough, but hey, it happens here. Gonna roll a bit on 5 here. This is interesting. I think, you know, one of the things that I was thinking about when I played this line is just, I almost always just roll on 6 when you play this line, because the only things that really matter in this line are hitting your Akali 3, Belveth 3, especially because we already have Rek'Sai 3. Like, he's rolling on 5 here a bit, which I guess gives him the opportunity to hit stuff like the Briar here, but I just don't think Briar does all that much on this line here. I mean, we might hit her. Lesser Champ dupe seems very tempting. Yep, I think we will just yoink this up. Grab just, sadly, a random 4 cost. Would love, you know, to get a random Akali there or something like that, but... you know, not the end of the world. We are still okay here. This guy is also holding some Akalis. Be careful when people hold Akalis, man. Also be careful with these unit prints, man. For some reason, I don't know. This trait can just absolutely grief you on the unit prints. I had a game yesterday where 4 or 5 rounds in a row, I just printed an irrelevant unit, which... it's a little sketchy. That is one of the things about the line, which when the unit prints are hitting, you are chilling. When the unit prints are not hitting, you are very unhappy. But yeah, we've rolled on a lot 5 here. I mean, the only reason to roll more on 5 is if we're going for some other 3 stars like Atrox 3 or Caitlyn 3, which normally when I'm playing this line, I don't go for. But maybe Dishsoap will show me the light here. We do pick up, once again, there we see one of the awkward unit prints here. Going to continue to roll down here a bit on 5. Just pick up a few more upgrades. Once again, there's a few copies of everything out. You know, that guy has a Kindred out as well, which is a very annoying unit to find in this line, especially because, you know, ideally you want to hit that before you start pushing levels, so that you don't, you know, just push level and then have nothing to play. Especially, I played No Scout, No Pivot this comp, and I was very afraid for a second that I wasn't going to have a Kindred when I needed to level up, but then I found it. I mean, No Scout, No Pivot this comp, by the way, is amazing. I think No Scout, No Pivot, I mean, we had the option to take it this game. I don't know what my preference would be between that and Apotheotic Forge. I think both are, like, really, really good. Okay, we finally do push to level 6 here. Get the Atrox in on this board here. Get the Shred and Sunder, boom, on the entire board for free, which is nice. Now I imagine that we are going to just slow roll on 6 here for all of our units. Is a little bit annoying as we scout around. There are a lot of Akalis out, and we are going to hold on to the extra Caitlyn's for a potential. I mean, what's the reason to not go for Caitlyn 3, I guess, is the idea. I mean, my thought was always, what's the reason to go for it? And we do actually, we pick this guy up, which is nice here. Get a Hodge plus Quicksilver here. Great item slams here. Hodge can go into Akali, and then Quicksilver, you really would like it onto Belveth here. You could move GS up to Akali, but I guess he's going to keep it onto Akali right now. Just give her the CC immunity. I mean, the crit is great on both. One of the nice things about this line is because of Akali, you don't have to build spell crit on anybody. You can just build crit on all of them and have a really, really good time. I mean, the board is doing quite well. And I guess, I mean, eventually, like, Winsu's Rageblade can move down to the Kindred even, so it's not the end of the world. I mean, I guess you have to take Heroic Grab back here, right? I'd love to take Combat here, but we're pretty far off of the rest of our hits here. Cyber Implants is another fantastic augment in this comp, by the way, but not really the spot for it this time. Get a bunch of Belveths here, and so Dish is going to roll really deep in this spot, just saying, you know what? I'm so close to hitting here, I am actually going to to send it to 0 here and then dupe for, I mean, for tempo, right? Wow, that is quite the spike here. But I mean, he knows that this is a comp where we're going to fall off later. We need to be as strong as possible right now, so we might as well send it to 0 here and actually just spike the board. It's a crazy deep send here, but I can actually, see the logic for it, especially against a board like this where, maybe if we didn't hit these 3 stars, we wouldn't be able to get through those really chunky tanks. We wouldn't be able to win the fight. So a crazy send from Dishsoap, but the upside is we get to maintain our streak here, print another Caitlyn, which once again, we don't really need. I will say, if you were ever bench locked in this comp, because I played a game in tournament and I griefed my game by not bench locking myself in the right way. Never sell Akali, never sell Belveth. Your first unit that you're going to sell is always extra Briars. You do not need Briar 3 in this line. She's okay. I mean, extra Caitlyn's is probably like the first one that you sell, because Caitlyn 3 I think is absolutely fake in this line. But sell your Caitlyn's, sell your Briars. I mean, sell your Aatroxes. I mean, even sell your Rek'Sais, honestly, because I think items can very easily move from Rek'Sai over to Maokai 2. Never sell Akali's, never sell Belveth's, and then just go for both of them 3-star, because that is your win condition in this line, is Akali 3, Belveth 3. He's just going to take the lovers here, mostly because he, I guess, wants the chain vest here, though it's interesting. I doubt that we're going to make a Sunfire here. I mean, you could make it just for tempo, but we do have our heal cut coming very soon. But I mean, the main reason I think he takes this is just for the gold, right? We just want to have some gold to play the game with here, and this will allow us to start pushing levels, getting things like the Aatrox in, eventually leveling it to 8 and getting the 5 Nova in on this board. We do see some scary stuff out there, so we are going to level here, even though it cuts down our econ a lot. I mean, shredding and sundering the entire board is pretty darn good, even though it takes until 6 seconds. You kind of have to do it in a spot like this, especially because we're on a 4 streak here. Any win would be huge here, and Belveth, slap, slap, slap. She does win the fight. I mean, this looks like an Aatrox stiff for sure, so great level from Dishsoap is going to allow him to protect his streak here and put us in a spot here where, yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you want to have happen when you are playing this line, is just win streaking all of stage 3, all of stage 4. I guess we weren't really win streaking all of stage 3, but we won a lot of stage 4. Puts you into a really nice spot for stage 5, because you're going to fall off a bit stage 5, especially prior to hitting your 3 stars or your 5 Nova. If you do not have 5 Nova in by stage 5, which is, very common, you'll do something like Dishsoap did here, roll pretty deep and, have to find your units and be pretty broke here. You need to be able to kind of sack a few rounds stage 5. You're just going to be a little bit lower, in board strength than the rest of the lobby here. Do you ever just make Redemption Gargoyle and call it a day? I would. But we'll see what Dishsoap wants in this spot here. I would be happy to just make double tank item here. He does roll it. Finds more offensive items, actually. He's going to make Edge of Night here. Who needs tank items, man? We can just go 10 damage items. I guess we do need a real damage item to move this QSS or this Gwynsu down. So yeah, and then he can just make Sterax as a decent enough tank item here. Okay, actually, I like this a lot, because we just get to move the Gwynsu down here, and we do get pretty good tank items here out of it. And the Edge of Night is almost necessary onto this Akali unit. She does not have an aggro drop, right? She's not a rogue, and so Edge of Night is really, really nice on her to give her that rogue style effect, because she will often just dash into the enemy board, and without an aggro drop, she will die very, very quickly. So very, just beautiful item to pick up, actually, from Dishsoap here, and puts us into actually an amazing spot here to carry the rest of the game here. All right, still a few rounds off of being able to push level here, but I mean, we're making our way downtown, walking slow. Like, it's eventually we're gonna get there to our board, and we do still have our streak that we're keeping up here, which is really nice. We're gonna swap sides here, always kind of having this Rek'Sai on the edge here to try to get the units that wrap around her and then get a big knockup. But then you still need Maokai next to the Akali so that Akali does not take aggro immediately. That would be very, very bad. But yeah, we are going to finally lose a fight. Like I said, stage 5 is really when this board, the biggest power trough for this comp is early stage 5, because you don't have the 5 Nova in yet usually, but you've also, it's been a few rounds since you've hit your upgrades, so this is really when this board falls off a cliff. The upside, though, is that when we level and get 5 Nova in, we're going to get another big power spike, so hopefully we can get that relatively soon. We do have the Akali who wraps a little bit, but we end up wrapping around a giant Ornn here, but we do focus it down, and then Akali, boom, right into backline. Belveth doing good work here. We are still going to lose the fight, though, just because 3 stars is 3 stars here, and we are just coasting, hopefully, to a good placement here. I do think we can level this round, right? He's checking to see if D-Claw is good in these matchups, and it does look pretty darn good. So I'd be very tempted to just take a last tank item here. He's going to take something else, though. He's going to level for the Caitlyn here, get the Strike Selector. Ooh, TG's so good in this comp, but can we even take it here? Yeah, he opts to not take TG here and is just going to make Protector's Vow here and then take the Random Rod and move it over. Okay, we have hit the spike of our board. To be fair, we are fighting a very strong board, so we might even take a loss after spiking here, which, like I said, this is why saving that HP. This is why Dishsoap needed to roll so deep stage 4, right? Is that if you fight the Giga Strong people, you are going to lose fights. You really want to pick off the weak people, and also, I mean, this board at this point is quite strong. I mean, somebody like this, easy fight win for us. Ooh, this is also interesting. He's just going to say, you know what? I'm going to try to pull some of these carries out here so that I can wrap more effectively here. I also want Rek'Sai to get a really good knockup onto these melee carries. I don't know if this positioning completely works. I mean, it kind of works here. And Akali and Belveth doing good work on the front line, and they do clear, beat Greya here, lock in our top 3, which is beautiful for us. In this spot here, we do also pick up the Shen here, who is a fantastic in on this board. We'll see how he wants to do it. I don't think you can do what we're doing right here and drop out of 5 Nova, but we'll see. I think 5 Nova is almost a necessity in this line here just to get Akali going, but yeah, maybe I'm wrong. I would even drop the Briar here for 5 Nova before I dropped, you know, 5 Nova, but we'll see here. Does take the red buff, and he's just going to say, yeah, we'll drop out of the Nova bonus for Akali. Wow, this is crazy to me, because I feel like the Akali Nova bonus, I mean, maybe he's just saying, I don't need the group wound because I take red buff here, and extra Akali Nova damage is not going to be that relevant. It's a kind of a crazy call, but okay. We do rotate into a very strong board here from this player. We lose, but we get a top 2 out of it by having enough HP preservation. I mean, just beautiful game from Dishsoap, showing how to preserve HP, go for that top 2. I mean, this is a perfect placement for this game. You're not usually going to win games with this comp, but you are able to do great. Oh, actually a really cool tech, if you guys made it to the end of the video and you guys want an extra tech, Storm Hex, the one that stuns when a unit hits, really great on this comp. Put it onto Akali and the Nova Striker, and she will stun the entire board. And then if you get Yasuo bonus on top of that, it's a 3-second stun on the entire board at 6 seconds, which is pretty good. So definitely go for that. I went for that in one of my games. Aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm still doing my subathon, though I only have a few minutes left on it. So honestly, come to my channel, you know, today while I'm streaming, but the subathon will probably end today unless something crazy happens. I think I'll just commit to this right now. I am going to extend the incentives for the subathon, so any time that comes from a sub, I'm going to double on the subathon until the end of it, which, you know, might be just a few minutes, or, you know, if you don't know, if you do whatever, I will extend the time for that. So if you guys are interested, come check it out on my Twitch. And coaching, as always, via Metafy. We got another group session this week on Thursday. Got everybody, my legendary tacticians, who I guess we're out of slots for that, but I mean, people are enjoying that a ton. People are loving it. So if you just want individual coaching, Metafy as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, as always. Bye-bye.